And can you imagine how mind-blowing these graphics would have been back in the day?
Oh yeah.
It's like, and let's be real, the graphics in Star Fox have not aged very well at all. Like, everything is just a polygon, and there's a lot of cheating with 2D graphics in there. But I would still say there is a lot of charm to the visuals here because some of the 3D assets they use are pretty complex, and the music and everything, it just creates this effective atmosphere.
Oh yeah. These old games are. I mean, this is nowhere near as good as Star Fox 64, and I don't know why you would play this over Star Fox 64.
Yeah, get used to hearing that for the entire hour, folks. Okay, so we always comment on the title screen first, and I have mixed opinions on this. I think the graphic design on the logo is great, but I feel like there's too much attention drawn to the bottom of the screen with Fox and his comrades. What do you think? Where does your eye immediately land?
I don't know. I like that it's similar to how it is in Star Fox 64. I think, like you were saying earlier, like these old games are fun to play just to see everything that they did with limited tech and ability at the time.
And it is cool that they have the rotating R wing in the background too. Like, this would have been great for like a kiosk at a store or something.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, was this ever like arcade console or anything, Jay?
Nah, it was never anything like that. Like, the whole mission statement of this game was to get 3D graphics on the console. And there's actually a story about that too. So, uh, after Argonaut got the go-ahead from Nintendo to make a 3D game for the SNES, they started experimenting to see if it could actually be done. And they found quickly that it really wasn't possible with the hardware that was available on the Super Nintendo. They found that while you could have the 3D graphics, they were run at like 3 frames per second. And looking at the presentation here, you can kind of tell that it's not running at a crisp 60 FPS.
Yeah, it's very, very laggy and just it feels kind of janky.
Yeah, so imagine playing this with 3 frames per second. Like,
Yeah.
So in order to get around that, Nintendo would commission the Super FX chip, which didn't necessarily make 3D graphics possible, but it did help the Super Nintendo perform the necessary calculations in order to run the game at a reasonable frame rate. But again, they also did cut some corners in order to make it work. So the ground, for example, and the background, all of that is just a 2D image.
Mm-hmm.
But they have the dots along the floor to create a perspective effect, giving you an idea of a 3D space, and then they just have polygons thrown in there.
I gotcha.
It's what I'm talking about with creativity in the use of the 3D graphics. It's like there was thought put into this. But the next thing we usually talk about are the controls. And I think the big question with Star Fox is, does it play all right with the D-pad as opposed to a joystick like you would on a modern console? And I have played Star Fox on a Super Nintendo before, and it actually does play pretty well with the D-pad. And how I usually gauge whether or not the controls have held up in a game is if it's still fluid to play with a joystick, even though it was built for a D-pad. And I would still say this control's all right. I mean, it's not as smooth as Star Fox 64, obviously, but yeah, I mean, it still works just fine, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's usable. It definitely doesn't feel as crisp, or I can't like fling the R-wing around like I can in 64. But it's workable, I would say. I think the big thing that's a pain for me is just not having a reticle for the guns.
Oh, yeah.
I just kind of have to like use my tracers to find out where I'm shooting at.
You're just kind of praying and spraying.
Yeah, and shooting up, like trying to shoot up here, up high like that is super difficult.
So awkward.
Yeah.
But you probably recognize this boss from Star Fox 64, don't you?
Oh yeah. I like game series where there's some, I guess, congruity. I'm not sure if that's the right word for it, where they have like kind of similar things. And yeah, it's cool that like a lot of this stuff made it into 64 later on.
Similar iconography, I think, is the word you're looking for.
Yeah, maybe so.
And yeah, like I think one of the things you said earlier is like the big question with Star Fox: is there actually a point to playing this when Star Fox 64 exists? And yeah, I really don't think that there is a point to playing this outside of curiosity, because like everything that this game does, Star Fox 64 just does a million times better.
Oh yeah.
Like that's part of the reason why they decided to remake the game as opposed to just leaving it as is, because like they had a chance to actually make the Star Fox game they really wanted to.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, they made for one of the best games Nintendo has ever produced.
I'll pass it off to you, Jay, and I'll let you have the next level.
Gotcha.
This is interesting here. I mean, I wonder how you avoid like getting hit.
Honestly, this is one of my critiques of the original Star Fox. Like, I hate these levels because while you can shoot more accurately, it's hard to keep track of the positioning of your ship. So as projectiles come at you, you basically just gotta move your reticle away from them and hope that you're actually got space between you and whatever is being shot at you.
That makes sense.
I would have preferred if you just had the ability to play this in third person, but they probably did this because it would have been a little difficult to do without any kind of ground beneath you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, see right there, I couldn't really tell where I was. And the music in this game is fantastic as well.
Oh yeah.
Like, it helps create that space opera atmosphere that the game is going for. And it was produced by, who else? The great Koji Kondo, who did the Mario theme and the Zelda theme too. No iconic Star Fox theme though. That doesn't come until 64.
Yeah.
Shoot, 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 shoot. You got it. Like, this is an elaborate set piece for the time too.
Oh, for sure.
Chad, why did you do that? You don't save Slippy.
I gotta help my boy out.
Fox, get this guy off me. No. And really, your buddies don't serve much of a purpose in this game. Like, I don't see them shooting down enemies, and it's not like they're leading you down different paths or helping you take out enemies or something like that, like in 64, or just another thing you have to worry about as you're playing the game.
I've always wondered if I had just a cartridge of 64 that had really aggressive wingmen, but I always felt like my wingmen were super aggressive and got a lot of kills in 64.
Well, all that was scripted.
Oh yeah.
So it really doesn't matter. That was before randomization was a thing. But wouldn't that be something for another Star Fox game, like randomized enemy patterns through the levels?
That would be kind of cool. I think there's a lot they could do with just the like arcade format.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's kind of the issue that the Star Fox series had moving forward. Like, remember I was talking about, simple design and the gameplay?
Mm-hmm.
Like, after Star Fox 64, like, you of course had the genre shift with Star Fox Adventures, but then they tried to go back to the same style with, Star Fox Assault, but instead of keeping it simple and just doing Star Fox 64 with the graphical technology of the GameCube, they instead tried to do a lot of on-foot missions with complex objectives and everything, but weirdly enough, it became more repetitive.
Yeah.
Despite how much more complex it was. And then you had Star Fox Command, which is like a weird strategy game or something.
Yeah.
And then you had Star Fox Zero, which came the closest to replicating Star Fox 64. But they just had to include those stupid controls with the gamepads. Like, why is it so hard just to make another Star Fox 64?
Yeah.
More levels, better graphics, higher enemy counts. I play that in a heartbeat. You would play that in a heartbeat, and you don't really play games anymore.
Absolutely.
And weirdly enough, Star Fox is responsible for that, isn't it?
Just the disappointment of Star Fox Assault.
That's the story you've always told me as to why you lost interest in gaming. I remember you being so excited for Star Fox Assault, and it just left such a bad taste in your mouth.
Oh, it really did.
Even now, revisiting that game is just disappointing. Damn it, Pepe! Not now. Like, especially when the enemies get at distance like that.
Yeah, it's just really, really hard to like hit him.
And like right here, like the draw distance is so limited. Like these obstructions are just coming out of nowhere.
Definitely gets your adrenaline up when stuff starts coming at you fast in this game. You really have to be twitchy.
It is cool how they're able to get some theming in the levels too, despite the limited nature of the hardware.
Oh yeah. I mean, it is kind of a cool looking level design.
There is a charm to these old graphics, as we said. But today, I think you can only get away with something like this if, it was an indie developer who was trying to paint it as artsy or something.
Yeah.
Because there weren't many 3D games like this on the Super Nintendo. There was Star Fox, obviously. The other one was Stunt Race FX. Do you remember playing that at the Athletic Club?
I think I do.
Like that 3D racing game with the sentient monster trucks.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was Vortex, which I mentioned earlier. But apart from that, most of the time the Super FX chip was just used as extra processing power for games. Like Yoshi's Island used that for crisper sprite detail and also to get some 3D elements into the levels.
Makes sense.
And Super FX made Doom possible on the Super Nintendo, and that was just a technical showpiece right there.
Mm-hmm.
Even if the game ran like hot garbage.
Oh boy, yep, here it comes.
See why you wanted me to take the wheel.
Yeah, they have like the same music here as they do in like 64's Venom, I think. Actually, no, this sounds like Corneria.
Yeah, this does sound like Corneria, doesn't it?
That's interesting.
Or is it Corneria? I don't think so. I think it is the same music as Venom. Definitely sounds familiar, that much is certain.
I like the what was I gonna say? I like the yeah, just the background of the lightning's cool.
They do get some good theming in there, that's for sure. This is really intense, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Damn it, Pepe. Why can't you save yourself?
Try a somersault.
I can't do a somersault in here. These controls aren't that complex. And the frame rate is really starting to...
Can't handle it.
What is going on here?
Yeah, that's intense.
Now it's getting even more intense. Oh. Want that Nova Bomb. Soul adjustments.
Oh, get the wings, get the wings. Oh, wait, you didn't get the wings?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Oh, damn it. Oh, doesn't that look familiar?
That it does. I'll go it alone from here.
Fox! I've been waiting for you, Star Fox. those tin cans are no match for me. I remember you telling me once that the reason he said that was because he was a janitor on Conerica.
Oh yeah.
You know, I alone rule the Lilat system. Oh, this is BS. I'm going into this with no help. And that right there is pretty spectacular, isn't it?
Yeah, Andros has always been a scary boss.
Even for the time, that's pretty freaky.
Oh yeah. Daggum.
I think I got him.
How about that?
Hey, like that, you stupid monkey. I feel like that could be taken the wrong way these days.
It probably could. Yeah, I've never actually seen the end of this game.
Da 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 da.
I'm not 100% sure that's the right tune, but it sounds close enough.
You know it's the right tune.
Hmm.
And we basically already covered that. You would only play this game for curiosity's sake,
Mhm.
because everything, and I mean everything that Star Fox does, Star Fox 64 just does better.
Yeah, it's very true.
Like, the graphics are better, the story is better, the music is better, the controls are better, there's more content, the difficulty is more balanced. It's just a better game. But that's not to say that this is bad either. I mean,
I still enjoy playing it.
for the time, the graphics were stellar. It doesn't play too badly, and it is a good showpiece of the benefit of thinking simply for game design.
Yeah, very true.
Like, as I said, like the Vortex show what would happen if Argonaut Games had their way and were allowed to do all the crazy stuff they wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
But still fun to play, which is why I think it's good they have it on the eShop or Switch Online. So if you want to try it out, you can.
Yep, very true.
And Star Fox 64 is also on there too, but that's something for another time. And we also got to do Star Fox 2 at some point.
Yeah, I've never played Star Fox 2 before. It'd be interesting to try that out too.
Yeah.